Welcome to the Tempest Weekly Action Report. I am Scrivian, and this is the report for the month of August, because it's not currently going, so let's go. See, my audio popped up. Okay, let's see what's going on this week. We had lots of fun stuff going on, of course, as we do every single week. And I've changed the mission statement on the website so that you can actually read it now. It says pretty much, Tempest, we evolved over the last few years from a few hundred to a handful of close-knit friends who enjoy playing MMOs across various genres, and our main focus is Final Fantasy. So you can find us in Final Fantasy on the Behemoth server, where we are getting into the last stages of finalizing our team that we're going to be doing 8-man raids with. And I'd like to welcome back Azrael. Azrael Reborn has come back into Final Fantasy and joined us, and I think it was Drax who brought him back or talked him into coming back. So thanks, Drax. Drax recently hit 60 on. Lots of little news things going on. Drax hit 60 on his White Mage, and so he's up there ready to be one of our healers. Of course, Ups is the other healer with Astrologian. Ups is a fishing fiend over the last week. He's up to 51 in fishing. I tell you, I told him I was doing the fishing, but every time I start doing it, I start falling asleep. I think every time I start falling asleep after a little while doing fishing. So, go back over our news this week. Draxula hit 60 on the White Mage, which gives us our 2 healers that we needed. I was one of the healers. I'm now shifted over, and I'm Ninja. So I'll be doing the Ninja DPS. Bloodright has returned to the game. He's mostly done with his move, and has got, I think he said he has most of his stuff unpacked, and he's back into his work schedule, which is a little off. So, we'll have to talk about raid times and this and that. So, you got Drax, who's going to be doing Dragoon. We got Zojak, who's got Bard going right now and is gearing that Bard up. And of course, our 2 tanks now will be Azrael, who's looking at going to do Warrior, I think, or DK as he gets through the 2.0, 2.5 content. And then, of course, Gisela Kyoko, who's going to be the other Pally tank. So the only thing that we're missing right now we do have a couple other guys in the guild. We've got Kryn, we've got Leifon, who are coming up, and we haven't talked to them specifically about raiding, if they want to raid or jump in. So they may do that, and if they do that, gives us our 8 guys. If not, we're going to go out and we'll look and we'll find that 8th person for a static, and then we'll get that going, get that scheduled. I think we're going to be on a flex raid schedule, not to be confused with World of Warcraft's flex raid schedule. It'll be a flex raid schedule because of everyone's work and commitments, and school just started back up. At least here in Texas, school just started back up. So we're getting into that routine and work and blah blah blah. Lots of different stuff going on. So we are looking to get one more person. We'll have our 8-man static. And get everyone finishing, getting up to 60, and then we'll get into their law and their esoterics and all the other good fun stuff, and we'll be good to go. So Final Fantasy is looking good this week. A couple of us, we're looking in there. We go in and we do our PvP, or I do my PvP, and we do our instances, we do our daily stuff, and so we're looking for something else because we didn't want to get burned out. You don't want to get burned out running Never Reap and Fractal Continuum every single night. Now, that doesn't mean that if we have guys in the guild who want to run those things, just let us know, because we're all ready to do this. Since we've been in Discord, you can kind of look over and see what everyone's playing. Some people this week we jumped into and said, hey, let's go have some fun in a free-to-play game, and we jumped into playing Terra. And so that kind of brings us back to not our roots. Our roots were Rift. We were a single game, and then we went into multi-game, which was our goal, going Rift and Star Wars and some other stuff. And I think we're kind of stepping back and going back to, thank you, alarm, going back to, it's time to get up in the morning. I got up a little earlier today, so I'm trying to knock this thing out. So I think we're going back to our roots of being able to play multiple games, but we're not doing like we did last time and kind of setting up the games and stuff. It's more along the lines of what I had set up before when we were doing Scrivian's New World Explorers, except it's on a more casual thing. So this week I went back in, I didn't reactivate, I didn't pay anything. I updated my Aeon, Neverwinter, Star Wars is good. Star Wars is, of course, being resubscribed because I want to get the patch, the expansion coming out. Secret World, repopulation, of course, and I think Blood was telling me that they had a bunch of content upgraded this week. Final Fantasy, of course, is my main game, is our main game, and I can heal and DPS in that. And then Terra. Terra is the latest thing we've been doing. So we were having fun this weekend running some Terra, so I don't want anyone to get to think that we're abandoning Final Fantasy, because we're not. Final Fantasy is our main game. We want to raid in Final Fantasy. We enjoy the Final Fantasy. We like the characters. It's just, it is when you get to the top level, and just like we've seen it with our WoW folks when we were playing WoW or Rift, we're getting into the raiding. When you cap out and there's nothing to do except do the same stuff over and over, to stay together as friends. I think we've determined it's best to kind of just branch out and play other games and have fun. And we're only doing it for the fun, because I mean that's the biggest thing that draws us together. I think is the fun and the friendship, the banter and team speak. So this and that. It wasn't fun. Who didn't have fun this weekend making fun of Zojak for, it's a weekend and a storm rolls through and he loses power for a day and a half. And so Zojak, who's our power leveler, right? Who's going to go in there, who pushed his DK to 60 and then turned around and what the hell was the other thing he leveled? Was this DK to 60? Yeah, DK to 60, and he's been working really hard on the Black Mage, pushing the Black Mage all the way up, so we would have that when we thought that, before Kira left us, that he was going to be able to do Black Mages. And so he was like power leveling that. So Zojak is our power leveler. So what do? We jump into a new game and we're playing and we're having fun doing Terra. And we're all in Discord, and Ups is in Final Fantasy doing his fishing, but he's got characters in Terra as well. Bloodred has characters in Terra. And of course, myself and Kyoko and Zojak, we're all jumping around playing there. Of course, I got the guild all set up and all good. So we're doing all that stuff. So what do we get to do all weekend? Our most fun thing to do is log in, see how everyone's doing on leveling, getting your avatar weapons, and then asking robotic Zojak voice if he had power back, because he didn't. And then of course we saw, last night was the second episode of Fear the Walking Dead. So then I was giving him a hard time. That was it. The whole thing's happening. The apocalypse, the zombie apocalypse is happening. And it's starting in the Vancouver area. When he told me that the Vancouver area had 4 or 5 cities that were, cities or areas within that were out of power, we got to poke fun at each other. That's what we do. We poke fun at each other and we have a blast and have fun. Just say that Fracker hopped on. I saw him. He was on the forum to speak. Of course, he doesn't really have any internet, so I'm not sure whether he was on his phone or whatever. And he's moving, and we don't know when he's going to be back, but he's staying in contact and following us on there. So hey, Fracker. But he's he let us know. He's like, hey, it looks like New World Explorers is back for jumping into all kinds of other games. I don't think we're going full bore. If you remember, the rotation we had for New World Explorers when I had that thing going was, I think it was 13 games or 13 games. It might have been 16 games. I think it covered. It was a 4-month rotation, and at the end of every week we would jump in and we'd play DC Universe, Star Trek Online, Neverwinter, Aeon. All the different free games that you could play and have fun, and so we were doing those kinds of things. I don't think that's what we're doing now. We're kind of just playing. We're staying together, sticking together, playing. I think our plan is right now I know our plan right now is again, Final Fantasy is our main focus, and to take a break from that and the monotony of doing things over and over and over again. We're going to get our esoterics so we can get all of our gear up to 200, and I think a couple of us are up almost around 190 anyways. Get the esoterics and get that leveled. Help the guildies level up. I told Az last night, volunteered everyone, that's right, I spoke for everyone, but I mean mostly for myself. And I know Kyoko, the same thing. If you need anything, if you need us to run, you need to run dungeons or trials or any other stuff, we're happy to do it. I enjoy it. I like all the trials. We're going to get them anyways, because I've gotten the Bridge and Ifrit and Titan and Garuda and the Bishop at the end, whatever the hell he is. That all the fun. But they're fun. They're a blast to go in there and run. And I certainly like doing it in guildies, and it's more fun when you go in there and you've got a couple people with you who kind of know the fight, know what's going on. I know. I think Blood was having some fun with Thak, whatever the hell it is. The freaking beetle boss thing, the bug boss. Last night, and I wish we could have helped him, but it was midnight for me and I had to go to bed. So that's kind of what's going on in Terra this week. I was going to do some commercials. I may do some commercials in the future. I'm not sure. Fracker, be warned. We've got the Fracker tanking camp. There may be one for the Fracker tanking camp. We were talking about it last night. Of course, it's not as much fun when you're not there. We're not going to talk behind your back. Just giving you a hard time with your tanking because we know that you can't currently tank because you're not playing. So, but so with Tempest, so that's a lot of stuff that's going on. If you've got buddies, if you're in contact with old Tempest thing, and they want to come back now, they see that we're not exclusively Final Fantasy. I know we've got. I think Greer is still pushing the World of Warcraft, and he pops in like once every other week, I think. And Az, of course, I said just came back. So I'd like to say I've had a fantastic week, and it was fun. And again, guys, hop in Discord and talk. Chap's another one of our guys. He plays Final Fantasy on another server with another raid team, and he pops in, and it's always good when he pops in and he talks about it. Chap's currently playing Blade and Soul in his spare time from Final Fantasy, and trying to convert a couple of us over to that, which we might. I don't know if I can jump into the Japanese server, but I know it's coming in the USA. And we're going to try it. We're gamers, and that's the biggest thing we are. Is Tempest. In Tempest, we are a group of gamers. We're not going to be so myopic that we're stuck on one single game. We're here to have fun, and that's the biggest thing we all want to do. And I think the thing that adds the most to what we do to have fun is that is the banter we have in Discord. And I know I enjoy the hell out of it, and I get barbs thrown my way, and Zojak is quick to throw out barbs or swear or to insult your family lineage. Isaac, we miss you, man. Come back. We need you there. You can play Rust or whatever the hell you're else playing, and come talk to us. And of course, I talked to Vader and Godmocker this weekend too, and so they're all doing their own thing. They haven't played Terra in a while. Maybe they'll try it out. You never know. Godmocker just got married, so who knows? He's on that 1 year no gaming honeymoon thing. So we'll see. All right. Hope everyone's had a great week in gaming. Again, come into Discord, hit us up. You want to do anything? Try something out. If you have a recommendation, you want us to try some new stuff. In Neverwinter, just as a side note, the Strongholds launched this week, and we in Tempest do have a stronghold. I was surprised because I think I'm the only one who's logged in the last 1,000 days or whatever. Maybe it was Terra. In the last 400 days in Neverwinter, and we have a stronghold. And yeah, I'm gonna try to build that damn thing by myself in my spare time when I'm bored. So I hope everyone's having a great week. Jump in Discord, say hi, and I will see you all in game. Bye.
Time to roll, but the music hit, had the blunt still lit. Who the fuck driving home? So shady. Cause when the molly hit, I got to feel those hips, but my girlfriend keeps calling my phone. But fuck it, I'm not going home. Round by round we go, the Henny's in control. Round by round we go, come let me take control. Got the candles lit, had to change a bit, cause I'm feeling it, cause we own it. But my girl keeps calling my phone, but fuck it, I'm not coming home. And I can't pull away. Deep inside I want to stay. Round by round we go. Round by round we go. And I can't pull away. Deep inside I want to stay. So crazy. It's been time to go, but when the weed hit, had me stuck with it, made it feel sexual. So shady. Cause when the molly hit, I got to feel those hips, but my girlfriend keeps calling my phone. But fuck it, I'm not going